What's up guys? It's me, Zia, and welcome to my YouTube channel! For today's video, gagawa tayo ng tongue twister challenge. So sa mga hindi alam ang tongue twister, it means, basahin ko na lang.
It means a sequence of words or sounds, typically of an alligator.
Hindi pa nga tongue twister, nabobolol na. Tongue twister is a sequence of words or sounds, typically of an alliterative kind that are difficult to pronounce quickly and correctly. So, yun yung meaning ng tongue twister based on Google. Thanks to Google. So, before anything else pala, I wanna shout out Alyssa Nirik. Did I pronounce it right? Alyssa Nirik, shout out sa'yo. Thank you for watching my vlog, yung chat prank. So, yun. So, di na natin patatagkalin pa. Let's go! No, 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 no! So, sa challenge nga pala to na guys, kasama ko yung mama ko. Ma! Kasi ang boring naman kung ako lang, diba? So, I have my mom. Tongue twister. Diba ka na?
Oh, yeah. Saan ba? Kudigo.
So, yun. Ang ano namin, meron kaming 5 easy tongue twisters, then 5 normal, and then 2 hard. So, tingnan natin kung sino yung magaling mag-ano sa amin, dalawa. So, first tongue twister. Ako unang mag-sabi.
Round 1. Fight!
Tongue twister is floor sitting on the floor, so the black bag inside the black bag. Sasabihin ko siya ng mabilis, 5 beses.
Hindi ko kaya niya.
Kaya mo yan. Sige, try ko. Floor sitting on the floor, so the black bag inside the black bag. Floor sitting on the floor, so the black bag inside the black bag. Floor sitting on the floor, so the black bag inside the black bag. Floor sitting on the floor, so the black bag inside the black bag. Floor sitting on the floor.
Ginagawa mo!
So the black bag inside the black bag. Hirap. Mama na. Hinadyo sa hinadyo.
Floor sitting on the floor, so the black bag inside the black bag.
Sige. Paspasan.
Floor sitting on the floor, so the black bag inside the black bag. Floor sitting on the floor, so the black bag inside the black bag. Floor sitting on the floor, so the black bag inside the black bag. Floor sitting on the floor, so the black bag inside the black bag. Floor sitting on the floor, so the black bag inside the black bag.
Goddamn right.
Second tongue twister. Easy pa lang to So, ito yun. Every Easter, Eddie eats 80 Easter eggs. 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 Victory! Si Mama naman.
Ay, my God. Every Easter, Eddie eats 80 Easter eggs. 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 Every Easter, Eddie eats 80 Easter eggs.
Ang
Yay!
galing ni Mother.
Oh my God!
So, the third easy tongue twister. Easy lang ba?
Grazing.
Grazing goats gathered grass at the grazing ground. 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 Sura. Si mama naman.
Meow, meow.
Hinadi-
Grazing goats gather grass at the grazing ground. 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 Grazing goats gather grass at the
Ginagawa mo!
Yes, bisis na ako nagkamali.
Easy lang. The fourth, easy tongue twister. His son with a fan had fun in the pond under the sun. Ala, so naman eh. His son with a fan had fun in the pond under the sun. His son with a fan had fun in the pond under the sun. His son with a fan had fun in the pond under the sun. His son with a fan had fun in the pond under the sun. His son with a fan had fun in the pond under the sun. Mama!
His son with a
fan.
His son with a fun had fun in the fun under the sun. Paste lang gusto ko. Oy! His son with a fun had fun in the fun under the sun. His son with a fun had fun in the fun under the sun. His son with a fun had fun in the fun under the sun. His son with a fun had fun in the fun under the sun. His son with a fun had fun in the fun under the sun. Yang kalisod man.
Lisod din. Easy pa na ha. Easy pa lang yan. So next, the last easy tongue twister.
My daughter.
There ain't nothing in this world like a Filipino girl.
Ito, basahin ko na. Boy blue blue, a big blue bubble. Suara man eh. Go. Boy blue blue, a big blue bubble. 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 Victory!
Go, go.
Yan, tapos na. Ikaw na.
Boy blow blow a big blow bubble. 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 Boy blow a big blow bubble. Boy blow ada pa dai.
Mana?
Mana mo kami ingon.
Tapos na 5 easy. Tapos na kami sa sa easy. Pupunta na kami sa
Round
normal.
Later.
Oh, easy pa to.
God.
So, for the first normal tongue twister, she sells by the seashore. The shells she sells it. Bulol ako sa S. Again. She sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are surely seashells. So if she sells shells on the seashore, I'm sure she sells seashore shells. So ito, 3 beses lang sasabihin. Kasi,
Nahirap eh.
sige, good. Game ako na. She sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are surely seashells. So if she sells shells on the seashore, I'm sure she sells seashore shells. She sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are surely seashells. So if she sells shells on the seashore, I'm sure she sells seashore shells. Ginagawa mo! She sells seashells by the seashore. The shells she sells are surely seashells. So if the sells shells on the seashore, I'm sure she sells seashore shells. Bulol ako sa isip. Mama na.
Episode Manilay. My God.
Normal na normal.
Seashells by the seashore. The seashells are surely seashells. So if seashells sells on the seashore, I'm sure she sells seashore shells. She saw seashells by the seashore. The seashells are surely seashells. So if she sells shells on the seashore, I'm sure seashells shells. Ano ba yan? Isa pa?
Oh, sa palas.
Seashells by the seashore. The seashells are surely seashells. So if she sells seashells on the seashores, I'm sure she sells seashore shells. Yan.
Oh my god!
That's good. So the next normal tongue twister is surely Sylvia swims, shrieks Sammy surprised. Someone should show Sylvia some stroke so she shall not sink. Ba't puro S? Bulunok sa S. So, game. Surely Sylvia swims, shriek Sammy surprised. Someone should show Sylvia some stroke so she shall not sink. Surely Sylvia swims, shriek Sammy surprised. Someone should show Sylvia some stroke so she shall not sink. Surely Sylvia swims, shriek Sammy surprised. Someone should show Sylvia some stroke so she shall not sink. Oh, ikaw naman.
Surely Sylvia swims, shriek Sammy surprised. Someone should she shall get some stroke.
Stroke?
NANI?!
So she shall not sink. Ano ba yan? It's very sad. Surely Sylvia swims, shriek Sammy surprised. Someone should she shall get some strokes. So she shall not sink. Surely Sylvia swims, shriek Sammy surprised. Someone should Sylvia some strokes. So she shall not sink. Surely Sylvia swims, shriek Sammy surprised. Someone should Sylvia some strokes. So she shall not sink.
So, okay pa naman. Okay pa kami. So, for the next, third na ata, mano. Third normal tongue twister is Betty bought some butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter. So, Betty bought some better butter, and the better butter Betty bought was better than the bitter butter Betty bought before.
NANI?!
Pas. Ano na, bilisan na natin. Betty bought some butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter. So Betty bought some better butter, and the better butter Betty bought was better than the bitter butter Betty bought before. Betty... Ano bang niya? Sorry. Betty bought some butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter. So Betty bought some better butter, and the better butter Betty bought was better than the bitter butter Betty bought before. Betty bought some butter, but the butter Betty bought was bitter. So Betty bought some better butter, and the better butter Betty bought was better than the bitter butter Betty bought before. Mama na.
Okay. Betty bought some butter, but the butter Betty bought was better. So Betty bought some bitter butter, and the bitter butter Betty bought was better than the bitter butter Betty bought before. Wala ba diretso ay pahinga?
Sige na, last three.
Betty bought some butter, but the butter Betty bought was better. So Betty bought some bitter butter, and the bitter butter Betty bought was better than the bitter butter Betty bought before. But the Betty bought some butter, but the butter Betty bought was better. So many bought some bitter butter, and the bitter butter Betty bought was better than the bitter butter Betty bought before. Betty bought some butter, but the butter Betty bought was better. So Betty bought some bitter butter, and the bitter butter Betty bought was better than the bitter butter Betty bought before.
Very good, si mother. So the fourth normal tongue twister is upper roller, lower roller.
NANI?!
Shit, R. Alam niyo ba, bulol din ako sa R.
Lower. Bate maloler na.
So, okay, go.
Upper roller.
Bilisan ko na. Upper roller, lower roller. Upper roller, lower roller. Upper roller, lower roller. Upper roller, lower roller.
Okay, maluler doon na madugay.
Katuloro bitaw. Sige na, si mama na.
Katulor na? Upper roller, lower roller, upper roller, lower roller, roller, lower roller, upper roller, lower roller, upper roller, lower roller.
May ruler na. Roller na. So, for the last one, sa normal, is this one. The six ships.
Ngayon, okay. The six. Ay, disuro nga rin.
Kaya yan. Ako muna. Bilisan ko na. The six. The six ships. The six ships. Atro. The six ships. Ginagawa mo. Ikaw na.
The six ships. The six ships. The six ships. The six ships.
Yay! Tapos na kami sa normal tongue twister. So, for the next one,
Final round.
difficult tongue twister. So, sa round na to, isang tongue twister lang kasi
Ano ka pala? Mas maputi ka pa para sa akin.
hindi, sa lighting yun muna. Sa sinabi ko nung intro code, dalawang difficult ata yung sinabi ko. Pero ngayon, isa na lang kasi naawa na ako kay mother. Charot. So, isang tongue twister lang. Eto. Alam niyo na to lahat.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Did Peter Piper pick a peck of pickled peppers? If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers? Pickled pepper pie.
Perfect.
Dalawang beses lang ito sasabihin. And then, go. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Did Peter Piper pick a peck of pickled peppers? If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Did Peter Piper pick a peck of pickled peppers? If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Victory! Mama na.
Peter Piper picked a pickled peppers. Did Peter pick a pickled peppers? If Peter Piper picked a pig of pickled peppers, where's the pig of the pickled peppers Peter Piper picked? Peter Piper picked a pig of pickled peppers. Did Peter Piper pick a pig of pickled peppers? If Peter Piper picked a pig of pickled peppers, where's the pig of the pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Yay! Tapos na, mama. Did we pass the challenge?
Yeah.
Did we pass the challenge? Ang galing ni mother.
Talaga.
Mahirap talaga yung tongue twister para sa akin kasi mabilis na ako mabulol. So, yon. Salamat kay mama kasi sumali siya, nakikisabay siya sa trip ko. So, one like for mother. Charot! One like for mother for joining me sa aking...
only. Di ba pwede 100 likes?
Hindi.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Sa... Ah!
Kasi ang ingay mo siya.
Hindi, kasi sa isang tao, isang like lang. So, one like per person para kay mama. Char. So, yun. Thank you for watching. And please do subscribe and hit the like button. See you on my next video. I hope you enjoy. Ma, bye-bye na. Bye-bye. Ay, bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
me.